Okay, good day, everyone. Today we're going to discuss the chapter 3. I think this is part of your module week 7 for the subject object-oriented programming using visualbasic.net. Okay, so in this chapter, minimize the voice. In this chapter, we're going to discuss the variables, the basic values of programming. Storing values is what we call as variables. So in visualbasic.net, it allows us to store values in variables. Okay, creating variables in VB.net requires the same specification in creating or as creating an object. We're going to allocate and appropriate the space amount, the associate name, and data type for it. So same with other languages like the C++, no, mag-allocate gyapon siya og space sa memory, and then it must be declared with an associated name and data type for a variable. So natay mga variable data types in Visual Basic. We have integer. No, integer are those numbers, whole numbers representing negative number 0 up to positive and whole numbers. So selecting proper data type. So in declaring a variable, you must select an appropriate data type so that it will be the allocation of the memory will be minimized as it is needed in your storage. Okay, so for example, if your integer type, data type is only falls to between negative 32,768 up to positive number of 32,768, then you use the short for a declaration of your data type, integer data type. But if it exceeds the numbers of 32,767 positive and negative, so you must use the integer value, the integer data type, no, for the following values. So, ang limit lang po niya is negative 2147 pila man eh. This is million, trillion, million, billion, billion pa, 2 billion. 2 billion, negative 2 billion up to positive 2 billion. Then, ang more pa ani kumulapas na, ang range sa 2 billion kapin, no? So, you use the long. Taas na kayo yung range sa imong integers nga store nga data for your variable. Okay? And then, in selecting a proper data type, no, you must also consider the length, no, of your variable used. Now, there is what we called as an overflow, or it is an example of a runtime error happened when you declare a variable that is out of range. Out of range, ni sobra siya, ni suwak na sa imuhang range limit of variable. So we have here an example. Variable declared short, variable as short. Okay, it is declared as data type na short. And then it is initialized. So you say initialize, meron siyang laman na 32767. No, this line. And then after the second line, no, after this line, naapod siya incrementation, no, a variable, short variable is being added by 1, which make it a total of from 32767 added by 1, so nagiging 32767. 768 na siya. So if we're going to run this portion of code, okay, there will be a runtime error during the execution. No, pagka-run nimo ana siya, na mulugwa nga ito, example error, unhandled exception of type, system overflow, exception occurred in Windows application.exe. So this will happen if your data type exceeds, no, mulapas na siya sa iyahang range of data storage. Okay? So So that is what we call as the overflow. Okay, so you can select also, aside from integer, there is also what we call as the single, what we call a single, double, or decimal. This data type are used when creating decimal variables. If you can still remember, katong mga decimal variable, katong na mga points, no? May the pi value is 3.14. So yun, na mga decimal points, 1.25, 103 point something. Ayun. So, pwede natin gamitin doon is single, double, and decimal. So, mag-matter lang siya to the number of precision. Yung pila ka decimal points lang ang i-display. So, we will talk about this in the next slide. And then VB.NET also provides a string data types, allows you to store storage of characters. So when we say string, that is a combination of characters, letters, so more than one letters, characters, or numbers, combination na siya, no? And then it is being enclosed with a double quote nga symbol. Okay? So aside sa string, ang Visual Basic has also data type na date. So, sa uban language, wala ni siya. Sa Visual Basic, meron ng date na data type. So, suppose you are going to store a data, which is example, January 16, 1984. No? So, dapat, kung date ang imong value, it should be stored to a date nga data type variable. Okay? So you need to enclose a date sign in hashtag signs to use the single or to use this type. So take note ha, aside sa katong short, integer, and long, we also have single, double, decimal, string, and then date. Okay, so these are the example data types and its ranges. Okay, so you have the description. Anyway, I will post this presentation to our group. Wala pa gani na ako ni na-post, no? Nakalimutan siguro. So I will post this para na amoy guide. Pero I think this can be found on your module. No, nani siya sa module ninyo. So mao niya mga ranges, description, and then the data types to be used. Okay. So this, I think this is an exercise found in your module. So example, a variable to store an hourly wage of an employee. Mintag ang hourly wage of an employee is tag 15.25 iyahang oras. So how are you going to store that variable? Unsay data type? What is an appropriate data type for this variable? Since ang iyahang hourly wage is pwede siya na decimal, and then it has only limited precisions. What is the variable to be used? So pwede natin gamitin is we have short, single, single, double, at saka decimal. So single for floating up to 6 digits lang of accuracy. Decimal, double muna, up to 14, and then ang decimal is larger than sa double. So pinakataas nga decimal points ang decimal. So in this exercise number 1, so better ani nga answer I think is the single, kay hourly wage naman, no? Limited lang. Okay? So, yun. Then, for the rest, kayo na ang mag-answer niya, no? Naa naman sa module niya yan. Okay. And this is an example of a code. No? This also can be found on your module. If the following code daw were executed, this one, would an overflow occur? If so, why? So what is your answer here? So in this example, this is already illustrated in the last presentation. Short variable is declared as integer, and as we all know, the integer has only the range of -32,768 up to +32,760. 767 ba yan? No? 767. And then up to positive 32767. And then in the next line of this, we have added the short variable plus 1. So the initial value of short variable is negative 32768. If you are going to add this negative integer with 1, what will happen? So I think this will become negative 32767 na siya. Negative numbers added by positive numbers, it will be decrease, no? Mahimo na ni siyang 32767. So what would be the answer for this question? I think the answer is the overflow will not occur because it is included pa siya sa range ng integer which is 32767. Ang result aning last nga line. Okay? So yun lang, example lang yun. Then the rest kayo na mag-answer kung paano niyo to sasagutan. No, this is your exercise. Okay. So variables in VB.NET is not case sensitive. It has only at as large as 255 combination of letters, underscores, and digits. Pwede siya i-combine, but it must begin with a letter and followed by any of the combination letters, underscore, or digits. Okay? So, yun. So, example, ano ito? Variables in VB.NET will immediately provide feedback if you have violated the rules. So, kung mag-declare tang anay mga sayop ang syntax, so makita ninyo dari underline means there is a rules being violated. So, wrong say a keywords is not a valid identifier here in the example because integer is a reserved keyword. It is a data type. Could not be used as a variable. Okay, so yun. This is an example of your exercise. So determine the following valid variables. So yun. So I think this is valid. Maura is valid because it begins with a letter. So the rest. So kayo na mag-answer. So in declaring a variable in VB.NET, okay, you must declare or allocate a variable indicating what type of a variable you wish to use, no, as well as the name that you will use to reference at it from within the program. Okay, so by adding also an option strict on to the beginning of your module, you can prevent accidental conversion of one variable data type to another. So pwede nyo lagyan ng option strict o pwede naman siyang wala. So to declare a variable, there are two statements you can use to declare. The use of them, okay, them, and the public keywords. The public keyword is used when you create applications with multiple forms. For now, stick lang tayo muna sa dim keyword when declaring a variable. So when you declare, you first type, example dito sa baba, no? You first type the them followed by the space and then your variable name. And then meron siyang as na keyword followed by what data type is that variable. Okay? So example, we have student, student average, dex, student wage. So it has integer, single, and decimal. Okay, so that is how you are going to declare a variable in VB.NET. So adding comment. How do we add comments in VB.NET? It's always good idea to add comment on a same line indicating the purpose of this. So ang comments sa VB.NET is just this quote. A single quote lang. Single quote, then the rest anang align will be a comment. Okay, let's proceed to this will be supposed to be your activity while doing your module 3, module 7, no? So you are going to create a simple form. so that you will see an example. Sige, we will try this. Wala pa din. Ito tayo sa, same lang sa C++, no? Ang VB.NET allows us to perform all numerical operators which you are familiar with. So I think the list of operators is already given to you in the if I can still check no, naa siguro sa week 4 or week 5, no? Mayroon siya mga operators na discussion. What are the operators that could be used in Visual Basic? Okay, so meron siyang common lang ito, addition, subtraction, divide, times, respectively. And then, for getting the percentage in VB.NET, so I mean the remainder, dili na siya percentage, but the use of MOD or mod, no? And then, assignment operators, equal sign, exponent is ito na. And then, the values that operator performs their actions upon are known as operands. So let's try this example. So you are going to create a form. So how are you going to create a form? Mana ate nagkaon na ka man ka? Taklo ba na yung lamisa? Okay, to perform this example of operator use, you first open the Microsoft Visual Studio, so this one, and then try to create a new project. And then since this is a form application, so we are going to choose Visual Basic dito no sa install template, tapos Windows Form Application. So lagyan natin ng name. So ilagay natin na name is, lang. So the name would be operator. Name of our project is, example, sa week 7 mainin, no? So week 7. Week 7, operator. Okay. So wait. Okay, so once open na, so create new project and then select mo Windows Form Application and then this will open. Change yung name with week 7 operator and then ganito yung lalabas niya. Okay, so once you have this form, just follow the instruction that is being written in your module. Example, create a new project. Set the name property of the form from form add. So, dapat daw ang nakalagay na name sa iyong form is, property name is FRM, tapos meron siyang add. Paano ba yan i-change? Click mo lang itong form and then ang name daw ng form, itong name, nasan ba name dito? Ito, name ng form, instead of form 1, you're going to replace that with form add. Okay? And then, click mo lang. Automatic na siyang nag-form add na ang name. Okay? And then, what is the next line? Set the text property with addition operator. So, dapat ang nakalagay na text is, click mo si form sa properties niya sa text. Text. Where's the text? Ayan, addition operator. So, makita mo naman ang changes niya, addition operator na ang nakalagay. Okay, and then for the you're going to add output label. Place the label control in the middle of the form. Ganun lang. You just follow the instruction label. Maglagay daw tayo ng label dito. Tapos ano ang nakalagay? Place the label in the middle of the form. Set the name property with, dapat ganito ang label, no? Property of the label is, i-click mo na si label, and then ang property name niya is, ayan, label total. Okay, number 3 is, you are going to change the default text into text property clear. I-clear lang daw. So, paano ba i-clear ang text? So, click mo dito, tapos dito tayo sa properties ng label. Oh. Make sure na-click mo si label and then label ang nakalagay dito. Tapos yung text dapat daw is cleared, no, empty. So, delete mo lang. Yan. So, wala nang nakasulat. Okay? And then, next is clear the text yun. After this slide is, ano ba? You are going to add a button. Place the button on the, below the label total. Say, set the name property with button, add. Maglalagay tayo ng button, below, button. And then, lagyan natin ng name na button, add. And then, set the text property with add. Double click the add button and then add the following code. Sige. Again, copy. Caption niya dapat is nakalagay. Text is add. So, dapat ma-change na dito, no? Add nang nakalagay. And then, i-double click mo daw dito si add para mag-write ng code. So, there, the cursor, blink-blink, so diha ka mag-start og sulat sa code. So, what is the code? So, yung code na nakalagay dito, yun lang ang gagawin mo. Okay? So, type mo lang dyan. You have already the code. First is to declare a variable in total. And total as integer. So, meron naman siyang mga suggestion. No? Pwede mo siyang i-click lang. And then after that, you are going to initialize in total. So meron siyang mga suggestion. And total, or underline siya because it says that you are declaring a variable which is unused. Dapat gamiton gyud ang variable nga gipang declare. Okay, so initialize natin in total equals 1 plus 1. Okay, and then the rest ana is comment naman yan. So pwede kayo maglagay ng comment, example lang. And then lagay natin ang result sa label, yung label name. Total, iyan. That text is equal to and total. Uy, na wrong spelling ba yan is dapat end siya, no? And ayan, yan siya. And total dayon. Ano si suggestion? And total. Ayan, suggest man na siya. Dot to string. Okay. And sum. Oh, yan na. You already have the code. And after this is, ano bang sunod? Okay, para na din imong program. How to run this code? So, i-press mo lang tong debugging, start debugging, or just press F5. And then you will see the result. Okay, so here is my example output. So if you're going to click the button, So it will result 2 because I have declared there in total, then 1 plus 1. So the result is 2. So ganun lang ka-simple ang mga exercise natin dito. No? So this is just the example, one of the examples. The precedence or the precedence, so ano yung first niyang i-compute no, during the operations. How to convert something, a data type to another. So there is what we call as toString. Kung kani siya result ani, convert nimo into string. So it will be added lang that toString, no? This is conversion. What else? So another example that you are going to perform is to create a counter, counter application example. No? Just follow this, create form, instruction. So same sa ginawa ko, no? And counter variable. So meron naman siyang mga sample code. And then output mo nito is dapat, ano bang output nito? Ito, simple at the end. So dapat meron siyang counter, no? Run this application and make sure it is executed, no, as expected. So dapat simple counter application yung output niya. So same with sa variable, same with other languages, no? Meron naman tayong local and global variables. So from the word local, so those are variables that are declared on a particular event lamang or dyan lang sa group of code. Whereas declared global, so from the word global, it can be accessed or visible to the entire form. So lahat ng application form mo, pwedeng maka-access sa mga global variable declared. Okay, so dito may example. Ito sa exercise naman ito, no? Pwede nyo i-perform ang mga exercises para makita yung output. Okay. So constants are values that are not changed, no? Yung hindi ma-change na values. Like for example, the value of a pies, it cannot be changed. It is usual as is, nagid siya nga 3.14. Meron man siyang and so on. So default ang kanyang value or constant value. Just add a constant na keyword. So I think there is an example. Cons, no? Ganito. Cons and then constant name, value. Example, cons, constant name as type, and then there is a value. And then another example, okay, you must also try this example. So, try nyo pa run. Meron naman siyang instruction on how to run the forms. No? Just follow the instruction. Simple lang man kayo na may mga detailed example na may mga codes. No? Yan. No, para matry ninyo ang code, pag-code sa Visual Basic. Yan. So, the output of this is if you're going to put up price and then tax, it will calculate the final price. And then for a case study, you're going to create a problem description nga payroll accounting system. So you're going to design a graphical user interface that looks like this. So dapat ganito, no? Meron siyang button to calculate. Meron naman siyang guide on how to solve the case study. Yan, meron siyang code. And then, dapat, additional lang, lagyan nyo ng additional code kung ano yung na-learn nyo in the previous example para ma-achieve nyo or ma-run nyo tong case study. Okay? So, dapat ganito na ang result. So, suppose you're going to put the names, then hours worked. If I press a calculate, it will automatically calculate pila iyahang work, weekly pay, and the total pay. Yun lang. No? So, meron naman dito mga converting of data types. So, just read how to convert data types. Sa message box. Okay, so I think that is very simple example on how to perform operations storing result in VB.NET. So, I hope you can create an application that is this one, no? Payroll accounting system. This is under the week 7 nga exercise. Okay, so that's all. If you have questions regarding the VB.NET installations and others, so please chat na lang mo and then screenshots para mabala natin sa error sa inyong program.